and
now, how
you're
does
off and running.
for those who've never sampled iRacing, iRacing.com, how does it work? I mean, do you limit the field to 43 drivers? How do you let's say you want to go and run the late model. Do you have to qualify for a feature? How does it work?
Well, we effectively have an official schedule, and there's races going off. We have 20 different cars and effectively 20 different series, but there's races going off, every 15 minutes. But for example, in the late model, you'd have a race going off every 2 hours, and so you'd sign up for an 8 o'clock race, or you could just join right at 8 o'clock and go on. And say 500 people join that 8 o'clock race. What our system automatically does is it splits. For that particular car, for that particular track, it's a field of 35. So that would be split 40 times. So we'd split those 500 people into 40 different races, and they'd be split based on their skill. So you'd be driving as people of equal skill. So our system automatically tracks your driving record, your safety record, your skill record, and all that good stuff, and it'll break you into a split of people of equal skill, and you try to win that race, and then you try to get better, and you try to move up the ladder. So it's a lot of fun. It's all the competition you want if you're into competition, but if you just like having fun, we also have all sorts of fun races and things like that, or just going out on the track and testing on your own.
Yeah. Tony, one of the things that you've said several times, if you've talked about if you're a safe driver, you've talked about safety. Now, I sit here and thought about that a little bit. Listen, if you were sim racing, very easy to spin somebody out because nobody gets hurt. You guys are taking care of that by being able to drive safe. It looks to me like so that you don't get the guy that just goes up and wrecks somebody to move up and wrecks somebody to move up. You've got to be a safe driver to actually move up, don't you?
Right, exactly. We had to come up with something, and we put a lot of thought, years and years of thought into how to do that, and hopefully coming close to perfecting a system. But you're right. There's no fear of physical bodily harm like real world racing. There's no fear of thousands of dollars worth of damage because you can just hit the reset button here. So we've had to, if you want to go drive against the best racers and keep moving up and driving in the higher horsepower cars, you have to drive safe. It doesn't mean you can't go out and have fun. Everyone gets in accidents. But you don't the idea is you don't purposely get in accidents and start smashing into people, and because then it's no fun for anybody. So it's fully sanctioned. We have a protest system and all sorts of things, and a sanctioning body. And
how do you cheat up an online car? And how does that work?
How do you what cheat up?
How do you cheat up an online race car? I don't know. Is that possible to do?
Hopefully we've taken away all the bugs, so you can't do that. But we keep.
Well, you said protest board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tony, the other thing that I find totally amazing, and I've not played this. I did go to the computer. I did look at it. The reality of the racetracks, and look, we've seen games in the past, computer games, this, that, and the other, that are pretty good. Nothing compares to what you guys have been able to do, I don't think, does it?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that separates us from a lot of things in the past or that are out there now for sure, is that the incredible detail and the tools we've developed to build the exact models of these tracks. But we go out and we'll go out and laser scan each track. Spend 2 to 3 weeks at the track laser scanning it and creating a perfect point cloud and taking thousands of photos of the track so we can come back here and reproduce the track. And it takes us months to do that. We spend, over $100,000 per track in building each track to get it perfect. And that's why, that's why it's so much fun. And you see a lot of, we have hundreds of real-world professional drivers and amateur drivers using it to get better and learn tracks. I mean, off the top of my head, guys like Dale Jr. and Brad Kozlowski, Bobby Labonte, A.J. Allmendinger, Martin Truex, Terry Labonte, they're all on the service, Joey Logano, Marcus Ambrose, they're all in iRacing. So I think that's why they like it, is because it's so close to what they're used to.
Even some old guy. If Terry Labonte's doing it,
yeah,
Terry call him an old guy, he might smack you. Well, dude. You can't talk like that about Terry. He's a bud. He's from Texas, too.
I know.
By the way,
he knows I'm kidding him.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy moly!
I was teasing. Come on, back her down there, Pally.
No, it's old and young alike.
That's right. That's what I was driving at. I'm trucking.
Good and bad?
Being a little north of 50.
Good and bad also?
Good and bad
I was
also.
I was just reading a forum. Our oldest driver in the Pro Series is 59 years old. So, and he's in our Pro Series. So,
see,
well,
what
if I get into Pro Series,
good.
then I'd be
You'll
the
be
oldest guy in the Pro Series.
There you go. All right, Tony, before we let you go, Tony Gardner, the president of iRacing.com, is with us. Strongly encourage you to check it out. It is a fantastic, very neat way to spend some time and learn what this is really like from the driver's seat, right. I think. When you talk about NASCAR sanction, what does that mean exactly? Will NASCAR have a points system? Will they award trophies? How are they involved? How does this work?
Yeah, well, they're involved, and we have, unfortunately, nobody wants to read it, but we have, a 30-page, I think it's bigger than that, but a whole, it's a sanctioned series, just like a real NASCAR series. So NASCAR was involved in helping us write and reviewing that, the way this whole sanctioning works for this official series, and we're using the NASCAR scoring system in our Drivers' World Championship, so it works the exact same way. So. There's a protest committee, and the NASCAR guys are involved in that, and a review committee, and so they're hands on this thing, and they helped us develop this series effectively, just like they would their real world series. So that that's how they're involved, and helping us market it obviously is huge, and promoting it. So it's our series together, so they're truly partners in this.
Tony, let me give you a piece of advice, because I promise you this: if you can play the game before you have to read the instructions, then nobody's going to read the instructions. I will tell you this: when we go to Daytona in 2 weeks, the guys driving the cars, I promise you, have probably not read the rule book. So the only thing you can do is it won't turn on until after you read the rule book. Swearing that you read the rule book, that won't work either, I can tell you.
Yeah, we kind of make them check the box that they read the rule book, but we don't force them to do it, because you're right. I wouldn't want to read it if I didn't have to.
There you go. Well, Tony, good to catch up with you. Thanks for your time today, and all the best. We're looking forward to a fun season of iRacing at iRacing.com.
All right, well, it's great. Thanks for having me, Rick and Chocolate. I appreciate it.
You bet. Anytime.